Okay, today we're going to look at the theme, and this is the bit that gets, a little bit exciting for people because it starts to really put their store together. So if we take a look at where our store looks like right now, we've got some menus, some navigation, and we've got a featured collection on the home page, but we've got all this other stuff that's just not really set up. We haven't got a logo, so I'm going to go over to my online store here, and I'm going to click on theme. Okay, this is the theme that we currently have installed. This is the theme that comes with Shopify by default, but I think it's also important to tell you that you can change that theme and you can go over to the Shopify store and explore some other free themes, or you can go to the Shopify store and find some paid themes. Paid themes have much more functionality. That people have spent a lot of time and energy and money creating great themes that extend the look and feel and functionality of Shopify, and they're charging you typically about $180 as a one-off shot payment for installing that theme. I will give you a bit of a heads up. You can bring in themes from other themes places. You can upload your own theme. So you can buy a theme on the internet and upload it, and they are much cheaper. However, they tend to have many, many more problems. My advice, stick with the themes that are on the Shopify store if you want to. So we're just going to work with the default theme here. And I just want to show you, first of all, what we're going to do today is we're going to go into this customize option, and I'm going to show you how to customize the things like this home page slider and things like that. But I also want to show you that there are some other things you can do with it. You can rename it. You can duplicate it, which effectively allows you to take a backup of it before you start editing it. And that's not so important if you're just working in the customize section, but particularly if you're going to use this edit code section, that's critical. So there are two pieces here. There's edit code and edit language. Edit language is like the keywords. Within Shopify, you can change the keywords that the theme uses. The edit code actually allows you, and I'm going to click on it and show you, actually allows you to go into the pages themselves and really get into the code. So if we look at the theme, primary theme page, we can start to look at the code. This is all written in a language called Liquid. We're not going to go into this in this module. It's way above the scope of this, but I want you to know it exists. If you're going to play around with your Liquid code, then the first thing you should absolutely do is duplicate your file. Okay, so you've got a copy of it. So let's just go in and customize this. Customizing is pretty safe. It's user friendly, and it's where you'd be encouraged to set this up. So this is your home page, and first of all, I want to show you here. You've got this drop down here, so you can switch between different page types or different pages that we've created. Okay, and then here are what we call sections. So these sections, we're currently on the home page. These sections exist on the home page. So this, the header first of all represents this part of this page. And here, this represents this. And then we've got our featured collections here, our featured collection. So let's start going through them. But first of all, if we want to hide them, we just hide them. Okay, gone. Right, that's our top page gone. Let's unhide it. Okay, if we want to add a section, we just add a section. So we can add, logo list, for example. Click add. No, I'm not going to set it up at this point. I'm just to show you that logo list now exists. And not only can we hide it, we can also pick it up and we can bring it to the very top if we want. So now we've got a header and our logo list, and then we've got our image with overlay text. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that for now. I'm just going to hide it. No, I could go in and delete it, but I'm just going to hide it. So let's have a look. Let's start from the very top and let's have a look at header. So this is really where we're going to do things like put our logo in. There's a potential for in this particular theme, there's a potential for an announcement bar across the top. So we could announce something here like free shipping. And we could link that to a page. I haven't got a page referencing free shipping, but let's say we link it to the About Us page. Okay. Let's go back up. I haven't got a logo specifically for this website, so I can either leave it as the text, or I could put a logo up I'm just going to put a sample image up there as a logo. Let me upload, let's see if I can find my Germinate logo. Let's just put that up. Okay, we'll use that just for the sake. Now it's really small, so I can make it bigger. Let's make it a bit bigger. There we go. That looks a bit better. Okay. Okay, this is the main menu that we created earlier. I'm going to save this just here. Let's click Save. Okay, and let's go across here and let's refresh it by clicking F5 and see the changes we've already made. There we go. Now, okay. Now, obviously, this doesn't really, the colors don't go with my logo. Let me actually fix that. Let's change the color on that to something of a more of a color that's going to go a bit better with my logo. There we go. I like that. Let's save that. F5. Okay, that's starting to look a bit better. And if I click on the free shipping, it's going to take me off to the About Us page because that's where we linked it to. Okay, so that's my header. Let's go into image with text. So this is this background image with the text. So what you can do, you can select an image and you can they actually provide some free images. I'm just going to use the free images for now. Let's put something seasonal up. Let's make it like I don't know, holiday gifty type thing. I don't know what that's going to look like. There you go. It looks great. Okay, so we've got that now. Then let's put some message in here that says this holiday. Here I would change this text to talk about what I sell and something along those lines. Okay, I can put a button on there like start shopping, and I can link that button like to collections, and I can just link it to all collections or even all products. Probably all products would be better actually. Let's link it to all products. Okay, let's save that and let's refresh that. Okay, now it's starting to look like a website, right? So let's go back out of here. And the next one is featured collection. We've already got that in. I want to change that to title to Kevin's Picks. Okay, just to show you I can. This is using that homepage collection that we talked about earlier that was manually selected. I can actually change that collection if I wish. So I can pick any other collection. And we also created this featured collection. So let's change that. And that's going to and let's change it to, I want more products to show. So let's change it to 5. I've only got 7 products on there, so there's no point in me adding more rows, but I can have up to 5 rows of products. Okay. Yep, that'll do me good. So let's save that and let's have a look what that looks like now. Okay, looking good. So we get the gist at this point, I think, that we can keep going down here and we can either edit them or we can hide them. I'm going to hide the others just to simplify this a little bit and save that. And let's have a look at the footer. I remember we had 2 of these, and I'm not sure why we had 2 of these, but we definitely want to get rid of one of those. So what we do is click on it, and down the bottom here we put remove the content. Okay, let's go into quick links. And this is really our info menu. Okay. Now obviously we can set all these pieces up here as well. The newsletter is going to basically create contacts in your customer list. Okay, let's go back out of here. So let's have a quick look at a product page just to show you how this works. So we've been working on the home page. If I change this to the product page, it will go to a product and then it will change, the sections will change here. And now we can look at the product page. What can we do about the product page? Well, we can change the image size. We can show the quantity selector if we want, so that people can buy more than one at once. We can show the vendor if we want. That was the vendor. We can enable the engine. Okay, and we've got checkout buttons down here. You got these sharing buttons. Okay, there's not too much you can do on this page, but and all of this will it's theme dependent. I want to remind you that this is all theme dependent. If you had a paid theme, there's going to be more options here. There's going to be more that you can set up, more that you can edit. It sometimes gets a bit more complicated and feels a bit more overwhelming, but that's because there's more functionality for you. Okay, one more. Let's have a quick look at something like a collection page. Okay, so you would go through all of these options. So here you go on a collection page, so you can change the number of products on a page. You can change the number of rows on a page. So we got far more products here now on here. There's only actually 11 products in this particular category. And if you want to look at it in a different category, then we can just click on new products, because we know that's all of our products, right? So new products, and new products, we actually put an image up. So we can hide that image if we want. So even if there is an image there, we don't have to show it. Okay, so here we go. We've got 277 products and 6 pages in total. Some themes will have, automatically upload the next page once you get to the bottom. It depends on the theme. This theme does not. So we can enable sorting. So sorting is, we had this set up as new to old, but people can actually change that. Okay, but we can enable or disable that. If we disable it, that goes away. We can also have these filters. Those are the tags that we made for products. I tend to disable those. Okay, so that gives us nothing there. Let's put the sorting back on. If we wanted the vendor to go up there, we could do the vendor. Now it tells us who the vendor is. In our case, almost all the vendors are the same. Obviously, I clicked somewhere then. Let's go back to that collection page. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so this is how you set up your theme. You basically move between all the different types of pages, and you'll get different sections and different settings that you can edit here. So play around with these at will. You're not going to damage anything. You're not going to break your theme. I would strongly advise you to avoid getting into the liquid code that we showed earlier. Let me go back and show you that. Just because, and if I click on that Shopify, I'm going to get back to this section. So I would avoid editing the code. And if you do, definitely make a copy first by duplicate. But everything in this customize option is stuff that you should be looking at and should be setting. Okay, so that is the basics of themes.